I just watched the brand new Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie, and it was definitely strange and also definitely mad. That's my review. That's all I can really chalk it up to. This movie was so odd. I just do not have words to describe how I felt about it. It was so bizarre. Everything about it, from the editing to the storyline to the characters, everything was so bizarre. It felt crazy. It felt like I was on an acid trip watching it. I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing. I was like, is this good? Is it bad? I just don't know. It was just so conflicting. The whole time I was like, this should be really cool, but for some reason it feels lame as fuck. Like, everything felt both disappointing and gratifying, and I was just it was odd. It was strange. That's right. I guess it's what you would expect from the Multiverse of Madness, and I don't know. I mean, we've gotten so many great superhero movies in a row. We had Spider-Man: No Way Home, easily like top 3 superhero movies. We had The Batman, my favorite superhero movie of all time. And we had Morbius, the greatest movie to ever grace the cinemas. And so I was expecting this Doctor Strange movie to really keep the streak going, you know? You'd expect it from the Multiverse of Madness. Even going into it, though, I didn't know what to expect. I have seen no ads for this movie, nothing hyping it up. There's been nothing for this movie. I have seen just nothing for it. Beyond the trailer that they showed at the end of No Way Home, I've just been completely blind. I've seen no reviews. It's been a week since it came out. No reviews, no nothing. There's been nothing about this movie out. They were doing such a shit job promoting it. I honestly forgot that it came out. And for a Marvel movie, that's a bit depressing. And so I was going into this like, I don't know what to expect. I was spoiled on a couple things, which I will mention, obviously, but I'll mention that later. So spoilerless review, I don't even know what to say. The editing was really weird. It looked like it was all edited in iMovie, but then at the same time there was like some beautifully edited moments, and it kind of worked, but it also kind of didn't. It was like there was a lot of weird fade-ins, like crossfades, and I was like, what are these transitions? What is going on? But then there were also like these magnificent transitions where you're going through universes and you're like, holy fucking shit. It's just so strange. You can really tell Sam Raimi's influence in this movie, not only because of the horror aspect that he brings, which what I will say, the horror aspect was done so magnificently. He really popped off with it. But there was a fight with the big tentacle monster that you see in the trailer, and it was so reminiscent of the Doc Ock fight in Spider-Man 2. It was even in the same area. They were fucking busting through cafeterias or not cafes. There was like people falling like on sides of buildings, like where Aunt May was, you know, in that kind of situation. The tentacles themselves were pretty crazy. They were climbing walls and shit. It was very similar. I turned to my friend who I saw it with, and I was like, that was very reminiscent of Spider-Man 2. And he was like, yeah, I agree. I noticed that too. And I was like, damn. But yeah, other than that, the horror aspect was done very well. It really it felt like a horror movie. Some of the things were weird. I went to the bathroom at one point, and apparently there was just like a lot of cuts between people's faces and doors. Like it would just cut to Doctor Strange's face, door, face, door, just going back and forth for like 30 seconds. Apparently I didn't see that part, so I can't really speak on it, but apparently that was the case. Allegedly, you know, I ain't gonna make any accusations, but I kind of wouldn't want to see that. Some of the parts, there was like one jump scare that actually got me, and I was like, oh, I jumped back a little, and I was like, oh fuck. But it wasn't that. It was kind of scary. It was as scary as you can make a Marvel movie, and the gore was really good though. There was some crazy shit. One person got split in half. The other person got turned into shredded cheese. One guy's head exploded. I won't say who it was, but it happened. People got fucked up in this. Another one issue. America Chavez's powers were just lame. They were just like, it was just stupid. She didn't have very cool powers. I thought they would be a bit cooler, but they just weren't. She just kind of punched and opened up portals that were in the shape of stars for some reason. Anyways, on to the spoilers part. So that was my review. It's decent. Watch it if you want. I mean, I'm not telling you gotta watch it. Probably should if you want to keep up with the MCU, but go for it. Go watch it. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means. It was interesting at the very least. Anyways, on to the spoilers now. Hitting it hard right here. What the actual fuck was the Illuminati's purpose in this movie? She turned fucking Reed Richards into shredded cheese. She made Black Bolt's face explode. She fucking sent Captain Carter's shield through her. That show was crazy. That was crazy. And then Monica Rambeau got just fucking crushed her. I guess that was Captain Marvel, but I think it was also supposed to be Monica Rambeau. I don't know. But yeah, it was Captain Marvel, and she got crushed. just gruesomely. Professor X neck snapped. It was gruesome. I don't know what their point in this movie was. I guess to just show off all these characters, like, hey, X-Men are here, hey, Fantastic Four are here, you know, stuff like that, which I'm happy about. I'm excited to see. But it was just strange because they were just like, they're just there. Like, all of a sudden, Reed Richards teleports in and you're like, what the fuck? And Jim from The Office. That was a bit strange. And then he got turned into shredded cheese. He also wasn't very smart. Like, he gets introduced as the smartest man in the world, and then he walks up to Wanda and he's like, Wanda, you don't have to do this. You see this guy Black Bolt right here? Here's exactly how his power works. And we are not going to use it on you. And then she's like, get fucked. There goes his mouth. And then he blows up his fucking head because apparently Black Bolt's fucking stupid. And also, how didn't Black Bolt destroy anything else? First off, how didn't he rip through his mouth before he ripped through, or where his mouth was supposed to be, before he ripped through his literal skull? And how didn't him screaming in agony about his mouth not being there not cause a way bigger impact than just blowing up his own head? That's what I'm wondering about. Because when he whispered at Doctor Strange, he just fucked him up. Like, it just kept getting louder and louder and louder, and it basically disintegrated him. And it was one word, so I'd expect him screaming in agony to be a bit more damaging. He also looked weird. I don't know. I don't like how he looked. He looked like the fucking Drake Bell from when he was in the superhero movie where he played a Spider-Man parody. He kind of looked like that. And yeah, Reed Richards gets just turned into string cheese. Did we even see him stretch? We saw him stretch like once, and then he gets turned into string cheese, and you're like, oh, well, there he goes. Captain Carter was weirdly effective in the fight. You wouldn't expect that when Wanda is able to warp reality, but she threw her shield at her pretty hard, and then she got it sent straight through her, and she literally was separated in half by her own shield, which was crazy. I mean, it was nice to see because they were all talking big shit like, we don't gotta worry about Wanda. Strange, shut the fuck up. We don't gotta worry about shit. And then they all get decimated. Obviously, it makes sense that Captain Marvel survived the longest because she is Captain Marvel and she puts up a good fight. She got fucked though. She got annihilated, man. She got the big old statue pulled down on her and crushed. She was decimated. So that part was crazy. The part where she was like fucking contorting her body after going through the mirror was really cool. I really liked that. Like I said, the horror aspects were done very well. The final battle was, I guess, about what you would expect. She doesn't actually get beaten. She's just like crying because she realized that she's a bad person. Then she kills herself. Classic. Wong survives the whole thing. Once again, he's still kicking. I thought he was dead at one point, and I was like, shit, but then he wasn't, and I was like, hell yeah. Doctor Strange, during his, like, final attack on Wanda when he was a zombie was really cool. I liked how all the ghouls were around him, just he was the ghoul version of Doctor Strange. Kept seeming like it was over, though, and it just wasn't. Like, I was like when they got to whatever the antithesis of the Darkhold was, I was like, okay, so it's done now, right? And then it just wasn't. And she just fucked them up. It was just weird, honestly. It was strange. The switch between Wanda being like good and she's like, I've moved on or whatever, and then like she like undoes the spell and it's just like a disgusting place of filth and rot. And you're like, oh fuck. And it really sets the tone for this movie. It really does. The horror aspect was great. As I said, I'm gonna keep saying it because that's the only standout part about it. The rest of it was really strange. It was just odd. I didn't know whether I should like it or not. Like, it was kind of edited like Ghost Rider, honestly, which is definitely not a compliment. And I have no idea what to say about this movie. Leave your thoughts down below, lads. I was astonished. I don't know what to think. I guess I'll just ponder it for a while. I don't know what to say. I'm definitely not watching it again, but hey, maybe I will watch it again, but not in the theaters. I'm not paying money to see that thing again. Anyways, that's it for this video. I don't know what's gonna happen next in the MCU. Will they take another 6 years to release another Doctor Strange? Probably. What even is next for the movie? I don't care about anything in the MCU anymore. I think that's the problem. Obviously, if they release like X-Men movie, I'll go watch that. But like, it's just like, other than Spider-Man, I'm like, there's just nothing in it that interests me. Even Moon Knight. I haven't even watched Moon Knight yet because I just don't give a fuck about what's going on. Actually, Thor, I'm really excited for. Thor better be good. I'm seeing that as soon as possible, which is what, July. But yeah, the Thor excites me. That's about it right now. I don't even know what other movies are coming out. Like, fucking, there's a new Ant-Man. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, that's it for this video. I will see y'all in the next one. Deuces.
When I grow up, I wanna be a Sipping 4-5s like my granddaddy. Wanna be an alcoholic, no time for family. Can't even see the distance from the people around me. I wanna be the dude that your girl calls pimp. Me, motherfucker, who could bust your lip. I bust another baby mamas, leave them crying, leave them lonely like my papa. I don't wanna be a doctor, I don't wanna be a lawyer, I just wanna be important. Put my face on maps, everybody know me cause the motherfucker raps. Deal with the devil, dealt with the devil, lead with the devil, lie. I'm the devil, I need the devil, you need the devil. Who you think you talking to? You talking to the best they never knew. No crew, never had a clique, no gang. Living by myself, never been no thing. Never need a bitch, never needed a woman. I never needed anybody but a pen and my bullet. I can't deal with the lows that'll come in the future. If I blow up, then it was good to know you. A guy like me can't deal with fame. When you hear this verse, then remember my name.